Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Wednesday, July the 21st, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, some of you may have had an opportunity to watch the exchange between Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky and Dr. Fauci. I guess it happened at a Senate hearing. It got pretty testy, to say the least. Senator Paul is accusing the doctor of lying to Congress, and he uses an example and so on. Now, I have to confess that I'm not one of these technical people that really understands what Senator Paul is accusing Dr. Fauci of doing, something that went on in the lab or whatever, and I'm not smart enough to know that. But I am smart enough to know that you don't lie to the Congress. That part is, in fact, a crime. But I think the big picture here, whether Dr. Fauci lied or not, one of the problems with perjury is that they have to prove that you were intentionally trying to lie, and that's going to be very difficult in a case like this. But I do think there's a larger point here about Dr. Fauci, and that's what I want to talk about today. I really believe if there's a person in the country who should be stepping aside and maybe going home and enjoying life a little bit away from the limelight, is Dr. Fauci. I don't believe that Dr. Fauci is a bad person, but I do believe that he fell in love with the microphone. And during the Trump administration in the 2020 cycle, Dr. Fauci was in love with the media, but Fauci never understood why the media was in love with him. It wasn't because the media, wanted to find out about the virus. No, the overwhelming majority of the media people were using Fauci to see if they could pick a fight with Trump. In other words, they wanted to present Fauci as the genius and Trump as the idiot. And that's kind of the way it went. Now, of course, Trump is not around anymore, so we now actually have to listen to what Dr. Fauci is saying, and it's not always very consistent or very logical. So I think it's time for the good doctor to retire. He's put in a good career. I'm sure that he's done some good, probably a lot more good that I know, and I'm not going to question his integrity. But I think it's time for him to step aside because he's become a real problem for the Biden administration. And when you get into those kinds of fights with members of the Senate, particularly with somebody like Senator Paul, who's a pretty serious guy, when you're having a fight like that, I think it's maybe it's time for you to step aside and let somebody else have that job who's not as controversial as you are. So, Dr. Fauci, if you're listening, thank you for your service. It's time to move on. Thank you for watching. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, and if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.